Welcome back. Today I'm alone. I'm not with my sister. She's not around. And today we are looking at how I got pregnant in campus and how it changed my life. If you are a new visitor here, please subscribe, share, like, and comment. Maybe you can relate to it. Maybe you can't, but anyway. It was after attachment, Amaya. I got pregnant almost my attachment, so we were having exams in school, something like that. Yeah, it was my end of that year exams. That's when I got pregnant, so I finished my exams. Actually, I didn't take like a pregnancy test. This is like a back story of I got pregnant. I didn't take a. I knew I was pregnant before before I left this, before I sat for my exams. Yeah, I knew I was pregnant, but I didn't want to take the test because that could confirm that I'm pregnant, and being pregnant in campus is not easy. So I refused to take the test and said I would take the test after I'm done with my exams. So I did my exams. I completed them. Then I came for my attachment in Nairobi. That's when I did my pregnancy test. Okay, like life has started to change when I knew that I was pregnant because I was always stressed. Unajua ka uko na background ya kishagi and your parents are not open to you being pregnant. I don't think their parents were open to you being pregnant in campus, but there are those who don't mind. But being from Ushago, and there is like a lot of pressure when you go to campus, and getting pregnant is a bad thing. So that was like I felt like I have failed myself first. I have failed my parents. I have failed my grandma. That was like what was eating me up. So I finished my attachment. I came to Nairobi, started my attachment. I carried on well. Okay, life was like changing. I don't think so. Life was just normal because no one could notice me. I used to stay with my cousin and she couldn't notice. So I stayed there for some time during the attachment, and when the attachment was done, on September I had to go home. When I went home, my mom was like, I can notice something different in you. Are you pregnant? And I was like, yes. And then, boom. There was like the hardest thing I have ever. I saw like her heart breaks before my eyes. Yeah, it wasn't easy. Like, she asked me how her biggest problem was, how will you tell your dad you are pregnant and all that things. And I tell her, don't worry. I used to like work for a company online, so I knew like I could sustain myself. Uh, I left home, went back to school, and now my pregnancy now was visible. In campus, people stares at you when you're pregnant. But okay, they didn't. It was just stressful, but nothing else. Because I used to have my friends around, my roommate. We used to stay with Ganka. My roommate and my friend were there, so it wasn't much of a difference. But the stares can tell. People are staring at you. Obviously, everyone is having sex, but you have an evidence of sex, so everyone is staring at you. So it happened like that. I pushed on. When I was about 6 months, I moved out from my roommate because now it was just I was pregnant, I was emotional, it wasn't working. I moved out and I went to live alone, and that's where like everything changed. I have never been alone in my life. Like alone, thinking of it, I had never been alone. I'm always with someone. Home, I used to be with my mom, in my aunt place, with my friends in school. I never got to be alone and realize who I was. Now here I was alone. I rented a house by myself. Now it was me and myself and my baby. And like, I don't know where the thoughts of me wanting to know myself came from. I don't know. I guess it was the pregnancy because I knew I was having a girl, and I started asking myself if I want to have a girl like I was. As in, I asked myself if I was a better version of a girl that I wanted to raise. Then I started working on myself. It was a lot. Like, being that you have never thought of who you are in your whole life. As in, people make decisions for you. You have never thought who you are, and you don't know anything about going around on how to know yourself. It was the hardest. I guess I watched a lot of YouTubes looking, how do I know myself? That's what I used to Google. Yeah, that's what I used to search on Google, on YouTube. How do I know myself? I got a couple of, because everything you Google, you get it. So I got a couple of like, but it couldn't sink in who I was. I, but I met this one speaker who said that if I wanted to know who I was, I needed to imagine who I thought I was. I don't know if it's making sense. And I could close my eyes and all I could see is a child of me with so many things. So I knew if I wanted to know who I was, I had to work through that. After searching for like a long time, I met so many good and positive like speakers on YouTube. As in, they were positive. They could like really help, because sasa huku kwa afford therapy now ni ngumu. So I got so much help from like watching YouTubes and all that, and it was so nice. As in, it started a journey in me, which I don't know if it ends, because I still find some things and I'm like, wow, that was in me. I didn't know. Even now, as in, I don't think even I have done a quarter of myself. I know myself as such, but I'm grateful I started. At least I know myself 1%, if not I don't think I know myself a lot, because I haven't had an opportunity to have a professional, sit down with a professional or a therapist or whatever, but I've gone through self-discovery, watch how to go through self-discovery, and positive things. That's what I watch a lot. That's what I listen to. That's what I read. If I'm not a good reader, but maybe once in a while, that's what I invest my most time in, because I want to know my identity. I guess like I didn't have an identity. I only have an identity that was made by my mom and my parents and people around me. That's what that's what that's the identity I had. But now having my own identity, it's a journey, but I like it. That's how like that was the positive thing that happened in my life. And because I was so depressed, I guess it didn't work so well until I gave birth, and like my parents were cool with it. Because by then it was like I was looking for myself, but then I had a lot of bitterness in myself. So it wasn't working well. But after I gave my baby back to my baby, and like the dust settled and my parents were cool with it, I had now like an open mind to search who I was out of my emotions, out of me feeling bad for myself. And it worked well. It has been really good. I guess it's the best thing that you can do for yourself when you are in those dark moments. Finding yourself is the is one of the amazing things that I have done to myself. I haven't accomplished much, but starting to look for that person that I didn't know she existed, that other identity, it's like the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm able to form relationships that are clear. I'm able to tell the truth no matter what. Because I used to lie a lot. I used to not tell the truth. I don't know why. To fit in, to try to fit in people. Watu wanakubeba ujinga but hauoni. And it's a lot. But having started the like and doing a little bit of work on myself, it has really changed, and it has really made me lose a lot of people who maybe I didn't know I would lose. And it has made a lot of people angry with how I make my decisions, because they feel like umechange, unalinga, because you don't take the things that when you don't know what you want, you take everything. It is easy when you help people, you are there to say unataka hii hapana, but I can help you. Unafanya hivi hapana, but we can go. Yani it's so nice. People are so comfortable when you say yes, yes, yes. But when you start knowing how to say no, it's like you form an uncomfortable place where they feel umeringa, ni juu umepata hii na hii. But no, it was just that you didn't know who I was. I just need to reintroduce myself again to you, to know that I'm not the same person who we used to hang out with. But it has been amazing. I guess that's the best gift I gifted myself and my baby girl, because even if I make a decision or I think about something, I'll always think about it as, why is this thing triggering me in a way? Why am I feeling like am I acting out of my trauma, or am I just and having to make conscious decisions? Like, I don't make just decisions. I think about them, and I and evaluate a lot if I'm making decisions. I have few friends. I have zero to none. Few friends, but I have my family. But I have learned that boundaries is everything. Loving yourself, because now I don't think there's something that weighs me down right now, because I know who I am, and you can't tell me who I am because I already know. So that definition you might bring, it's not me. So it's a good thing, and I would really encourage, like, if you're having a dark moment, look for something like positive. I know it's hard. to look for something positive, but it is even harder if you don't do anything. At least start. Maybe it won't be clear, but when you cross the other side of your darkness or your problems, it will be much easier to go back and look at it and say, oh, this what I was thinking then, and then you can build up from there. Now when you don't have like so much emotions and all that. And it's not easy being pregnant in campus. You lose friends. I don't think you lose friends. You become bitter with yourself and think that you shouldn't hang out with people. You see people looking at you different, but I don't think people look at you different. It's just because you see yourself different. You are angry at yourself. That's why you feel so much bitterness in yourself. Yani, and it's easier when you put it on others, like you say, oh, wananiona nikiwa wananiangalianga, they don't wanna hang out with me, but it's just you are in a different season, and it's okay to not to. You are not in the same season you are pregnant now, so it's gonna be lonely. It's a lot of work getting. I can't advise anyone to get pregnant in campus, but if you're there, you have to deal with it, but it's a lot of work. It's hard because being a parent and you don't know yourself and you're bringing someone else and you don't even maybe try to do some work on yourself. You just bring a traumatized child as you, which is sad. So I would urge everyone, like, try to look for yourself first before you think of getting pregnant, and try to heal and be a better person. That's kinda my story in a short version. See you next time. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.